Bididing. Yes, indeed. Something I want to put up here. Good evening, if you're out where I'm at. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from. Hope you guys can hear me okay. And if you can, hit me up with a thumbs up or a 1 or an 11. Anything with 1. That'll let me know you can hear me okay. Let me see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a 4-leaf clover. Well, that thing pops up. Did I brush my teeth after eating that cat, that dog, whatever the hell it is I ate? It was somebody's pet. I ate somebody's pet, and I don't know which one it is. No, you know what? Let's go over here. Let's go over to Where Is You Be? Gotta find you. I have to. Yeah, this is the Solomon Project, where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. So, Where Is You Be? There we go. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for one of the videos. I think this is it. I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking this is it. This is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it is. So I'm going to highlight this. Let's put it up so y'all can see. So y'alls can see it. I definitely want y'alls to see this. So this is the professor's channel. Roy, hood trauma and problematic relatives. Man, that one hit. About a year and some change, maybe a year and 4 months, I received a devastating blow from a family member. Now, I got toxic relatives, toxic family members. I keep away from them, and I don't have a problem staying away from them. Not at all. I mean, one sibling, I don't even. That's right, Professor. Yeah, this one hits. This video hits, Professor. It hits. By the way, the link is there. But this one hits. This one hits because I see it all the time. I have conversations with family members that they just can't let go. I, on the other hand, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem cutting loose any family member or anybody that's toxic. No, they're out the door. I have no problem with that. Yeah, see? Yeah, I don't have a problem cutting people off. No problem whatsoever. I'm not down with the toxicity, nothing. I'm trying to figure out exactly at what point in my life, here we go. Professor, you out there typing? You're doing a report?
Yeah, where is DeAndre?
D's coming.
Oh.
Yeah, he's coming. I notified him. He doesn't get the notification, so I tell him ahead of time.
Yeah, YouTube's been doing that as of late.
YouTube is wild.
Yep. That's why I tell people don't waste your time monetizing unless you're just gonna get your 15 minutes and stack your money.
Yeah.
Because there's been some right wing people like Tim Pool, and I forgot the Asian lady's name. Her last name's Chin, been on here for years. And I think, didn't YouTube just finally demonetize them?
Oh, I don't know if they demonetized them, but they're definitely shaking in their boots because of that couple that worked for RT Russian Times.
Yeah.
That was blessing them with ridiculous. Professor, did you hear how much they were getting paid for four videos a month?
Nope, I didn't know the pay. I just know that chick.
$400,000 a month.
That's a lot too. That's why she was able to buy that big house.
$400,000 a month they were giving these people.
And
I know Tim Pool was getting that.
Yeah, Tim Pool was racking it in for a while. He's just smart enough to dress down and pretend like he's the average person.
And honestly, many of these people didn't switch up, and it's hundreds of YouTubers or content creators. It ain't just those four.
It ain't just those four people. I'm wondering what's gonna come out of this investigation. It's about to get ugly. There he goes.
Look at him! Look at him with his pretty self. Look at that haircut.
So when you came live, I didn't know you were gonna do it with my video. I thought you was gonna talk about this crap about people talking about the Haitians eating dogs and cats.
It's a dog eat dog world. No, I didn't want to.
Well, was one instance though where Black Americans say they did see that woman eat that cat, but that don't mean Haitians eat cats. They ought to be ashamed.
No. It could have been one person with some mental health issues that did something crazy like that. You know, there's got to be some consistency in whatever you're seeing. It can't just be a one-off.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but you were saying about this video, I don't deal with most of my dad's side of the family. And for years, he would keep me away. I thought he was being mean. But as I got older, I started to see a lot of sinister and stupid stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'll just pray for y'all and go on with my life. I have never been to a family reunion on his side of the family and don't think I ever will.
I got one cousin threatening to unalive the other cousin over the sale of a house that amongst the siblings they received through what do you call it, after their parents died.
Over
property. And this guy is serious. This guy's from my father's side of the family. These people, they don't have a problem with unaliving people. They unalive them and go right to bed and sleep absolutely great. Hey, how you doing?
Somebody else?
Tracy Ann Brown. Thank you for coming in and supporting. I appreciate that very, very much. So this
video hit hard, I guess.
It hit hard. Listen, I'm talking about grown folk. I'm not talking about teenagers threatening one another. No. These are people in their 50s. Okay,
they're never gonna change. Then if you're
they're not gonna change.
You're that old acting like you 20 something. You're just not gonna change.
It's a done deal.
Yeah.
It's a done deal. There are siblings of mine that I don't even answer the phone. I'm just not going to do it. And I sleep just fine at night. I don't have a problem with it.
That's my thing. I should have said that in the video. That's the key. You got to be able to get sleep and not lose sleep over these people.
No.
They made grown folks decisions to act like idiots, so I made a grown folks decision to stay away from.
That is the ultimate respect right there. That's the ultimate respect toward those people. Okay? You don't want to impose what you are or what you want them to be, right? You're not imposing, because I can't stand that. I can't stand when somebody's on me trying to tell me what to do, how to do, when to do, all that other stuff, just for the sake of satisfying them. I don't like that. And so as a result, I don't do that to anybody. If I need to inform somebody of the pitfalls, I'll do that. But I'm not going to be on your tail, watching, waiting to see if you do what I tell you to do. I'm not doing all that. I'm going to respect whatever you decide to do. I'm going to respect it. If harm comes to you because of a decision that you made, it's on you. It ain't on nobody else. And another thing that drives me crazy is when somebody makes a decision after they've been informed, they make a decision contrary to what you warned them about, contrary to what you informed them about, and they get damaged. They want to blame everybody else except themselves.
Especially when they did it to themselves.
They did it to themselves, and now, it was the Haitians. They ate my dog. No, it wasn't. Nobody ate your dog, buddy.
So here's the thing. My lights, I don't mean to cut you off. My lights are flickering, and we always have these windstorms. If my power goes out, that's why I disappeared.
Oh,
so
okay.
Keep going. Yeah.
I thought it was somebody's pet that snatched you up.
Nope. And I told my cat today, ain't nobody gonna be eating you, baby. Now,
That's
I don't care
it.
what race they are. Anybody eating my cat?
No, kidding me? No, ain't nobody eating.
Leave sugar alone. Now, for eagle snatcher, I hope not, but that's the cycle of life. But ain't nobody gonna chop up and eat my cat. I don't care what race you are.
Yo, D. D put on a sad story today too. Was it today? Yeah, earlier today.
Today.
Didn't you do one on Shannon Sharpe? And that's a whole nother mess. I'm trying to figure out if I want to talk about it.
I did.
I think Shannon did that on purpose, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Look, I'm telling you. I think it's some more stuff that came out today about it.
Oh, did it? Okay.
It's trying to say that it probably he was with his stylist.
What?
Yeah.
How do you go live and not know that you went live?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think because
that's pretty crazy, dude.
No, because the black community, what you call it, stigmatizes being gay, and people been calling him that because of how he jumped out of that car when he went to that wine place. So what I think he did was turn that camera on, pretend like he didn't turn it on, and then tried to prove he wasn't, and in the process done lost his job at ESPN.
He said he threw the phone on the bed, and that's when it started.
You don't just go live throwing no phone on no bed, dummy. Why don't you turn it off?
But guess what though? You know what else I figured out? When they got done, they turned the Instagram live off. Like how did they work?
Oh,
what
that story? Yeah. How do they work?
How does that work? You gonna turn it off when you get done doing what you're doing on Instagram Live?
Because
he was getting it in, and then he realized, hey, this thing is on.
Yeah. From the sounds I heard, I'm like, oh my goodness.
I accidentally clicked on somebody's channel and watched like 2 minutes. I'm like, I can't do this. I didn't know y'all was gonna play some clips of it. I'm like, no.
It was on Twitter trending.
It's not funny, but it is. I'm sorry, it's not funny.
they said it was a longer. It was a longer version. I'm like, oh no, I done heard enough.
Shannon, you need to quit caring about if people think you straight or gay. They just mad at you because Club Shay Shay is successful. That's what they
It
mad
is.
at. It is. That's what they mad at you about, not about whether
Didn't
you
they?
straight.
Didn't they try to take him down? Try to take Club Shay Shay down?
Oh yeah,
They
because they mad.
tried.
He's still making money off that Cat Williams. And then now that Marlon Wayans went on, because Marlon Wayans is into it with DJ Vlad, they think that one's about to go. Shannon Sharp ain't going nowhere. So I just don't understand why he did that.
As long as he's doing Club Shay Shay, he ain't going nowhere. 'Cause I watched the whole Marlon Wayans video on there, the whole
I,
interview.
I watched that Cat Williams one like 2 times. I'm like, ooh, ooh.
This
But
make
yet
me want to. This actually makes me want to watch the Cat Williams one because I feel
you
like
ain't seen that?
I have like
Come on, Dean.
I have.
Don't admit to it.
Hmm?
Don't admit to it.
Don't admit you didn't watch it. If
I
you watched
did.
that, because remember, it was the beginning of the year. Cat Williams was, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The things he said that was gonna happen this year are happening. Cat was,
It's like he knew they were gonna happen.
I think Cat still know people in that industry
Yeah.
who's feeding him stuff, and they knew that they was coming after Diddy, because Diddy just got hit with the loss of a lawsuit of what, 100 mil.
Sure did. Now they trying to say they're trying to say something else now about it, but I don't know though.
Yeah, the girl from Danity Kane, Dawn Richard. Yeah, I shouldn't do all this celebrity stuff. It's just I knew you talked about that Club Shay Shay. I don't know why Shannon did that. He know he did that on purpose.
And
Shannon act-
ever since he did that, the peoples that are not celebrities and the celebrities, it's like wow, like the words Cat Williams said, it's like it's really making 2024 like wow.
you doing
Secrets
some
get
good journalism. I wish I didn't miss this one about Javion McGee. I've seen his picture. I just didn't find out till today that he may have been lynched. That boy didn't lynch that man didn't lynch himself.
Trey
Hell no.
Tracy Ann Brown said that was the best interview ever about Club Shay Shay and Cat Williams. It
Because
really was.
yes, because Cat Williams dropped some dimes on some stuff that we're seeing happen right now when he said people gonna be held accountable.
And
Because it's rumored now, that some people want to go after Jay-Z. I don't want to know what Jay-Z did.
I can tell you a little bit. It is alleged that he could possibly have something to do with Aaliyah's
Death.
passing
Oh
in
yeah,
that
I
plane
believe that. Oh yeah, he had something to do with that. That one I heard. Oh yeah,
because they
she
had
want his old ugly behind. Look at it.
they had a picture. They had a picture on Instagram. You know how they have pictures of celebrities, when they, at the funerals and stuff. So they had a picture of Aaliyah's funeral. They had pictures of celebrities that were there. It was Ursha, Jay-Z, Lil Kim before she messed up her face.
Messed up a
Uh
lot, but keep going.
Maya and some more peoples, but actually Maya probably was one of the peoples, and Missy Elliott and Maya, them probably was the only people that really showed so much emotion. Like it's like they really had a really sad emotion on the face. Ursha looked like he didn't care. Jay-Z probably looking like and P. Diddy were there too, and they were like had that look on their face like, oh well, it's over with now.
So, given that you did that video, I have a question for anybody listening. Do you think, because we've known this stuff about Jay-Z, yeah, Jaguar's right too. We know this stuff about Jay-Z and Diddy. Are we as the black community with our no snitch culpable to all of this?
I believe people's honestly, I believe people's in our community. I think they still, some of them still going by. I ain't no snitch. They say snitches get stitches, or if you snitch, you up. I don't want to use that word. I don't want to use that word because I'm real quick to use it.
Okay.
Well, basically, I'm gonna use it. Excuse my language. They basically say if you a snitch, you a bitch, or this and that the third. But I feel like, you shouldn't do like if you don't want to be labeled as that. Like us in the community, peoples in our community, we should be doing stuff to put ourselves in that predicament. But
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you
if I'm
something. In the hood, yeah, they promote that nonsense in the hood. I'm sorry to interrupt you, D. Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
okay, it's okay. This is your platform. I'm on your platform. Like I'm trying to be respectful. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like I just want y'all to know I wouldn't call it nobody no B word. I'm just saying that's the saying how
Yep.
it's labeled like in our community, like they say, they say, like if you snitch, you get stitches and you a bitch. But I feel like, what I said? I also said in one of my videos, I said in one of my videos, like people's in our community, we can avoid certain situations by not getting involved. But when we insert ourselves in certain situations, that's basically like we getting ourselves in a situation that we could have avoided. But some people's in our community wants to be included in situations that they don't have to be included in, and they be putting themselves in a predicament, if I'm making sense.
Yeah, you make sense. Black people always, because of our history, we want to love and help everybody. Some stuff we need to stay out of.
That's what I be doing. Like I know I do content, but some stuff I see, I be like, much as I
Just
want to do it, much
just
as I
like
want to.
that young guy killed in unalived. I'm sorry. I'm on this YouTube.
It's
That
okay.
kid Christian Aboomsali, who was with that white girl and was calling black people Akatas. And then when he died, his mom and dad coming out on the news pleading for the black American community to back them. You understand that we don't want to be called Akatas, ma'am? Your son got that from somewhere.
It's like us as a black community, we don't want to be called a lot of things that people are still calling us that we don't need to be called.
If you're gonna call me on the phone. No, check this out. Check this out.
Behave.
Yeah, because you ain't talking, Mr. Burns.
Okay. I'm on timeout.
No, I mean you literally hadn't said anything, so I was just waiting to see once we stopped talking it because it is
Oh.
your live.
I want to go back to the snitching thing. Okay, so here we go, right? So in the hood, that's a really big deal. Okay. Snitching can cost you your life. Now
That's why I stay to myself and I
That's
do
why
my content.
That's why my family's in Alabama and Ohio, and I'm in Washington State. Them
Okay.
Negroes too poor to be trying to fly out here. They can't even take care of themselves, much less fly to SeaTac. That's why I'm not trying to be funny. And when I go home, I ain't about to say when next couple of weeks. I'm gonna slip in there, and by the time they know I was there, I'll be on that plane back to Seattle.
gone.
Gone.
And that's in the hood, that's a hood and prison thing, that whole snitch thing, and the whole crime scene, that whole snitch thing applies to them more than anything else. Members of our community that haven't been raised in the ghetto, they don't function like that. That snitch thing is not a huge label, is not, and it's funny because you're a snitch only when it applies to getting caught.
Mhm.
Oh, that's deep.
Because they snitch on each other. These people that hate snitching snitch on each other all the time,
Yep.
but for different reasons. Like if somebody is doing something to maybe move up the ladder or make greater sales or take more territory or whatever the case is, and somebody knows and tells the next guy,
Oh,
And
they're
then,
gonna do everything they can to get that power
no,
to get rid of that other
no,
person.
they don't. They don't consider that. They don't think about that as snitching. The person that's receiving the information, oh, that's not snitching now. Now that I know where this guy keeps his stuff, now that I know where his stash is, oh, that's not snitching.
Mm.
But when the cops get involved and arrest is made, now you're snitching.
To get the heat off you.
Now it's a snitch. Now you're a snitch.
That's why on the topic about the hoods, I'm glad we're talking about that. That's why I respect that former mob boss that's on YouTube, Michael Franzese.
Yeah.
He went to prison for a while and would not snitch because he needed to take responsibility for his role. See, when you do this snitching, you're trying to say that the person you're telling on is at fault, but you ain't fully at fault. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it. Obviously, if you live by me and you're saying molesting a child or you broken an old woman's house, your race don't mean anything to me anymore because that child is innocent and that elderly person's fragile. You can go to jail and I just not care. But when you committed a crime and you helped commit it, then you sit there and act like, well, I'm gonna snitch on this person to save my own. But it don't change the fact that you participated in it because you participated in it.
Like still you had something to do with it. So
Yeah,
that
you
ain't
see
gonna
what I'm saying? You
yes,
ain't.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Like
Okay.
it ain't gonna change a thing.
it ain't gonna
In
change
that
nothing.
case, you participated. You didn't put anybody else out there. You didn't try to weasel your way out and not assume responsibility for what you did and throw other people under the bus. Okay, I could work with that. I could work with that. You got caught and you ate it.
Because
You ate it. You ate that dog. You ate that cat. You ate it. So you all right. I can understand that.
speaking
But Tracy Ann is asking a really good question.
I
she
was
Is
looking
really
at her
is.
question. Yeah.
it really about snitching or about protecting their money or source of money? Okay, Tracy, can you elaborate on that? Because I'm not exactly sure what angle you're coming at it at.
Oh yeah, that
Because
could come from different angles, but I want to know what she means. That's kind of a good question because I was reading it like, whoa, that's a deep question.
Yeah, I was reading it too, but you know, we was all talking. I didn't want to interrupt anybody. I didn't want to
Yeah,
cut
I'm quick to
anybody off.
interrupt. My bad.
No,
But
no, no, no.
it's okay.
but
I didn't want to, you know,
Please,
I didn't want to cut anybody off because I was listening. I was just, you know,
please interrupt. This ain't a parliamentary.
wait,
Anyway,
But
what?
see, back to you having my video up, it plays into this because
exactly.
when that baby was unalive at 1 year old, now the sister who was the baby's mom is saying, "Well, it's that dude she was with. My sister wouldn't do that." I'm like, there could be a side of your
Mhm.
sister you don't even know exists. And if you knew you didn't trust that sister's boyfriend, why would you drop your 1 year old child off to be babysit by them fools?
They could have known and done it anyway.
Some people's ain't meant to have kids and be
Oh,
parents.
that's what she means.
Yeah. Okay.
That is true though, what she just said.
Many people don't snitch because the person who they are protecting is a huge. Yep.
Well, then what can I tell you?
She right about
I
P.
understand
Diddy
that.
because
I
him
understand that.
going down takes money from a lot of people who keep his image up behind the scenes. If he goes down, his publicist loses a job, his stylist loses a job, his personal driver loses a job. It's more than just Diddy that stands to lose.
But you know, if I may say this as well, this is
Yeah.
related to P. Diddy. If I may say this one statement. Back in '07 or sometimes close to 2010s, P. Diddy was rewarded power from Clyde Davis. If y'all don't know who, I know
Oh
y'all
well, we
probably know
know
who
who
Clyde.
that we know who that sinister snake is. If
He
if Satan was in a body right now, that's whose body he in. But keep
because
going.
because I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I know everybody probably know this, but Clyde Davis is probably the reason why Whitney Houston gone, because while they was celebrating toasting her, she was in the tub drowning, getting unalive. And before then, she gave Whitney Houston a letter. Whitney Houston gave Brandy a letter, and it possibly had something to do what happened to her or something. But peoples don't wanna.
Well,
And
I
then
got a
her
question for all y'all.
good. What's the question?
Here we go. Now, y'all know that my channel, the base of my channel has to do with investing, encouraging people to invest, encouraging people to get involved in business and what to do with business and all that. And the third, in other words, it's connected to money. But my question to all of y'all's is, because I never really elaborated on this, but at some point in time I will, how important is that money? What are you willing to give up for that money? Where are these people's moral compass? Go ahead.
What actually is we still talking about the same people, or we just giving our own
It,
opinion?
it applies to the same people. It applies to the snitches. It applies to the people who don't snitch. All those people.
Well,
It applies to all of them. How
well,
important is that money? Is that
well,
money that important that you'll allow somebody else to get hurt and you keep
well,
your mouth shut so you can get paid?
I go first if I may, and I would say this is Whitney Houston case. But I watched in the Ashley Say So video allegedly that when the artists, when they're alive and they have hits and stuff, the hits don't sell like that. But when a person that is a celebrity, that is an artist, is when they pass away, they hits start selling and it start making more money. So I feel like when Whitney was alive and she was under Clyde Davis's belt, he was not getting that much money from Whitney when she was alive. So I figured like he was going through a situation. So he felt like he had to order a hit or somebody that he knew to try to get rid of Whitney, unalive her. And after she got unalive, that's when most celebrities and artists records started selling. Just like Michael Jackson, when he passed away, his records started selling like that. So that's how I feel like what happened to Whitney. Like when you are artist and you pass away, your records and the numbers goes up, and the person that is over that stuff, they get paid the more money because they are over that, over that situation. If I'm making it sound correct, but I could be wrong. But you
All
know,
right, that's a theory for the artist. But what about these thugs in the street?
hmm.
What about the thug that's on the street corner selling his thing, and other people are eating from the sales from this dude selling his things?
Well, I feel like
Because
honestly,
that's how it was growing up in the hood in New York City, and I imagine it's like that in any other city. That's
I,
how it was. You see, you knew who was who. Okay.
I honestly, I feel like, well, as a person that didn't grow up in the hood, I ain't never growed up in the hood, but I know what it represents. I will say that, but I feel like a bunch of people's they be complaining about that this money bad, that this money dirty, that this money bad, that we don't need to eat off this, we don't need to do this, but when it's benefiting them and when it's happening, it's like, hey, ain't nothing being said. But I feel like them types, they make all that type of money. They ain't doing nothing good towards it. I understand, like
You can
they,
apply that. You can apply that to some corporations. That very thing you said.
yeah. Well, I don't know much, but I know a little.
Okay, I'll paint you a real to life scenario. Nico's on the corner. Nico's got a whole crew. He's got a bunch of dudes working for him. Nico gets the product. The product goes to different apartments. It gets broken down. It gets broken down into small little things that the rest of the crew distributes it in the street. Some of them some of them have the job of being lookouts. So whenever they see anybody strange that looks like the law enforcement or anything like that, you know, they throw the infamous whoop, whoop out there to let everybody know, hey, be on point, right? You got the lookers, you got the people that actually do the exchanges with the hands, and then you got the managers that make sure that everybody gets what they're supposed to get when they're supposed to get it. They got the enforcers. Okay, if you got a knucklehead in your crew, the enforcers take care of that. And they also take care of any rivals trying to come in, do any harm, whatever the case is. Okay, now you're a hardworking person. You got your wife, your kids in this apartment, and you live in a building full of apartments and people coming in and out. Now, Nico at least respects enough so that when the kids are coming in and out, leaving the school, coming back from school, playing outside for a little while, they at least shut it down. Nico at least shuts it down. Okay? And then when somebody's mother comes along with too many bags in their arms, one of Nico's crew comes and helps her. They help bring the groceries in, you know, or maybe one of the person's father has a flat or something. One of Nico's crew comes in there, gives them a helping hand. But they're selling this thing. They're selling this thing. So what happens in that case? Is that worthy of snitching? Should you snitch on Nico?
Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool.
So I can answer your question.
Go ahead, Professor.
It's easy for a person coming from the hood to sell their soul for the ones who do, because I don't believe everybody in Hollywood does. I believe a lot of them do.
Yeah.
Because when you came from that real hood, the first thing comes to your mind is, I can't go back to crawling on the floor when there's drive-by shootings and somebody's shooting through people's houses, being reckless. I can't go back to opening a box of cereal that's in the morning that I had only one bowl and I open it and cockroaches come all out of it. That kind of deal. I can't go back to a water faucet where if I turn it on, that water may not be clear, it may be brown. See, I've lived all three. Yeah, you just can't go back. I've lived all three of those scenarios.
You left.
So, yep. So when you got some producer, somebody walk in charismatic, putting a contract in front of your face, and that stuff was traumatic to you, it's a difference between eating Wagyu or eating a bologna sandwich to some of these people. So while I don't agree with their lack of morality, I have a little empathy for why they do it. Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me. I'm gonna read off what Tracy Ann Brown said, but that makes sense to me. She says it's interesting, but I know many good people, in quotes, are afraid to go after money because the impression is that to get real money, you need to sell your soul.
She hitting on some bars tonight, because go ahead. I want to know what you got to say about it. That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to do a whole live on that one statement she just made. Because
you can do a 3-hour live with just that one statement.
Because that talk about money being tacky, that's why some people don't come back to the hood. You can make good money without doing it the illegitimate way. There's black CEOs of legitimate, clean companies who didn't.
There are. Exactly. Now, I think this is a continuation of what she wrote. So like for my mother or parents' generation, it's difficult to talk about money or investment. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's a whole live right there.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that Professor UND might have been exposed, because you guys are in the Bible Belt. You grew up in the Bible Belt. talking about money and investing was evil.
With my dad, yeah. Do you know we didn't even start to have in-depth conversations about my so-called inheritance to like 2 weeks ago?
What?
And I'm 44 years old because I knew he had money. But the thing is, you don't have no business asking me that.
Oh my God.
And I was financially illiterate. So when I got older, I started just spending at first. And I realized, okay, now the exception to that rule is credit cards. I was smart enough not to let interest build on them. That once I bought something within the same day up to 2 days, it need to be paid. But
Yeah.
I was a fashionista. I liked buying stuff. I was selfish. I knew nothing because he didn't want to talk about it. And so he and I were estranged, and I can say this now for years, and this was one of the reasons. You can
Right.
have a healthy conversation about money without being arrogant. And I don't think my dad understood that for years.
I'm the one that didn't understand that because growing up, I was under the impression that everybody who was rich was wicked and evil and they needed to get cut off. But my mom straightened me out. My mom she was a real believer, okay? And she broke it down. It surprised me because my parents never had conversations with me about money, about finance, about business, none of that. Even though a portion of my father's side of the family, they're all millionaires because they have businesses. And my mom, being that most of her relatives are all professionals, most of her family members are professionals and generals and things like that. So they understand economics and all this other good stuff, but never with me. They never had that conversation with me. And I'm under the impression that, oh no, all these wealthy people are all evil and there's no sense in going after money. Until one day my mom sat me down and said, listen, if you look in scripture, you're gonna see that God blessed some people and made them wealthy,
Like Job,
like David. Okay,
Solomon, but then Solomon just started doing old stupid stuff. But
Solomon got stupid.
Got real stupid. That ain't the point. God still blessed him.
Right, he's still blessed. Right, so it ain't all being wealthy it doesn't make you evil. That's not what it is. What you do with your money is what will determine that at some point in time.
When
now I want to tie in.
Yeah,
Maimon, exactly. So I want to tie in this whole snitching thing and going after money or going after participating in something that will make you money, right?
Yeah.
I know this is controversial.
Yes.
But I'm gonna come through with two people right here. I'm gonna set this thing on fire right now. Ready? Pull out your extinguishers, y'all. Cosby and Weinstein. There it is.
Yep. I think I know where you're going, but I want to hear your explanation. Because Weinstein just got off from all those charges. So I want.
Well, he got reindicted. He just got reindicted.
Oh, okay. But I want to hear because I think I know where you're going with this.
Okay. Let me apologize to this one lady who I had this conversation with, and she was flabbergasted that my opinion was such that I'm about to share with you right now. See, okay, so I was a mule. Just to let's be clear. I was a mule. When I was around 15 years old, I was a mule.
Makes sense.
I didn't know that's what I was doing at the time, but I was a mule. I was a mule for this guy. He had me, he would take me to Studio 54. So I was exposed to that whole scene when I was 15, right?
Oh, okay.
So I saw the madness. I didn't see what was making these personalities behave the way they did, because I didn't see what I was used to bring in. I didn't see that, but I did see the aftermath of these entertainers, I got to see what it became and their behavior, their conduct, and all that crazy stuff that they were doing. Crazy stuff. So listen, anybody, people, when I used to hear them talk about wanting to become a movie star, wanting to become a musician and all this other stuff, they knew the deal. I'm in junior high school, and I got these classmates of mine bragging because now they're starting to play a guitar or a drum or something. Hey, sex, drugs, rock and roll. So they, we're talking about junior high school kids, so they understood the culture. People in the entertainment industry, yeah, people understood that culture. Okay. So you go to Weinstein and you tell Weinstein, listen, I want a shot. And Weinstein says, yeah, no problem. What do you want? You want that? That's what you want. This is what you got to do. And he pulls his zipper down. Okay. This is what you got to do. Here's my question. Are you being forced? All right. Are you being forced? You're not being forced.
Wow.
You're making a decision based on what Maimon is telling you to do. Right.
Yep.
Fame and fortune. Here's my chance. I got a choice. It's right here, right now.
Just because you see a popsicle don't mean you have to try to take a lick out.
Lick it. You don't need to lick it. Exactly. What's up from the Sip? Sip. Hey, from the Sip. This thing just got hot. I hope you brought your extinguisher. This just got hot. Look.
How you doing from the Sip?
So you're standing in front of this guy. He done pulled his zipper out. There's a banana hanging out of his pants, and he's telling you, look, you got to work with this. The door ain't locked from within. That you need a key to get out. You can say, listen.
I'm glad you're doing. I'm sorry. I was
That's
saying.
Okay. No, I understand.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. That was so disrespectful of me.
No. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. Say hi to from the Sip.
That's good from the. I'm glad you're doing good from the Sip. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm sorry to cut you.
So you got a choice. You got a choice. You can say, hey, Mr. Weinstein, thank you. Listen, I appreciate the fact that you have enough confidence to expose yourself to me and not worry about me flipping out and trying to unalive you for doing that. But I'm going to have to say no to your offer. But thank you. And walk out. End of it. But no, you participate, right? You start playing the skin flute. And then years later, oh, he did me wrong. Now I'm going to snitch. Here we go back to the snitching. Now I'm a snitch.
It's like this. I remember I was there and I didn't know what was going on. And the next thing I knew,
right,
he had his.
That's the Cosby situation. That's the Cosby situation. Come on now, listen. You're going to a party, or you just been invited. You don't know what you're going to. This is Hollywood. Are you serious? Are you being serious right now? You're going to an environment that everybody knows. People indulge in all kinds of stuff, all kinds of substances. You could wind up naked and bleeding in the corner somewhere, okay? And then you're going to say, well, I'm going to dime this dude out because, hey. No.
Oh, like Whoa Vicky. Because she was invited to a party by a girl from either Nickelodeon or Disney who grew up and went a little nuts called Bella Thorne.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, She recounts exactly what you said, how she in her video was up too. Yeah. She calls herself Victoria, sometimes Whoa Vicky. She's a white girl. How they told her she had to sign an NDA, couldn't take her phone, and that they had to prick her finger for her blood.
What?
Now, Whoa Vicky found the whole thing suspicious. You, of course, they make you sign NDAs for those parties. She's like, I ain't going nowhere without my cell phone. And she just took the Uber. It was a Halloween party because she knew something about that wasn't right. See, if you have no phone evidence and no evidence to film anything, then it's your word against theirs. Well, Vicky knew what she was doing when she took that Uber and left that party. Why would you need to sign an NDA and you can't have your cell phone with you for emergencies? That sucks.
That would have been the end of it. That would have been the end of it.
She was
smart, and you still went.
See, that's what I'm saying. The rest of her friends all still went in that party. And that's what that statement she just made. Most of them now know what they're walking into.
They know what they're walking into. Listen.
Like Ice Spice stupid behind.
They know what they're getting themselves into. Stop playing the victim. You're not a victim. You're a participant.
They do it because to get money when they go broke.
They want fame and fortune.
They want to
be
really.
The only one I feel bad for is Cassie, because you can't unsee Diddy beating her like that in that darn hallway. So we know she was telling the truth.
That was a separate case because, I mean, I don't know what the exchange was. I know that if you threaten to snitch on somebody, you could find yourself in that situation.
It was just hard for me to watch that little woman be kicked by that big old dude. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to watch. It is.
If I may say this, I don't know if it's the same thing. This just popped up in my head. Do y'all remember? I don't know if y'all talking about this or not, but I'm listening to y'all. I know I'm a little intoxicated. I've been feeling good off my little malt beverage over here, but I'm paying attention. But did y'all watch the little documentary about Dan Signature Snyder?
Oh, Snyder. No, I can't bring myself to do that.
No,
it was quiet. It was quiet on set. That was the name of it. I actually did like 2 or 3 videos on it.
The Nickelodeon guy who was exploiting kids. Like, was it iCarly or no? All that and all those shows from the late 90s, early 2000s.
The Amanda Show, all that, and
look at Amanda Bynes now.
She don't look the same.
But most of them know what they're getting into.
Listen, I was exposed to a lot of stuff in my late teens. Exposed to a lot of stuff. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now. I had to say no in many occasions to a lot of things. But there were people that said yes and ran with it. I'm sorry, you're not a victim. You're not a victim.
I had 2 sailors years ago, 5 months apart. Because, back then I was stationed in San Diego, and it's only a couple hours from Los Angeles. At first, it was a young black guy. Like, I went to this Hollywood party and got in some type of way. And he was saying, I didn't know such and such got down like that. And la, la, la. He was alluding that these people choose to do some evil stuff. I'm like, okay, maybe. 5 months later, a white guy came back and he looked at me. I just didn't know that she got down. Same celebrity like that. He had also somehow, a sailor got into some Hollywood party. And I said, okay, this is 2 guys from the ship in 5 months that have gone to mansions in Los Angeles and said that people we see on TV was doing some old crazy stuff. The second guy was so traumatized, he just said, I just can't even tell you what I saw. I'm like, oh, so paraphrasing. But what they both have in common is that they said that stuff was being done by choice. Wasn't nobody forcing nobody.
Don't turn around and start acting like you're the victim. And this is not me, and I'm not condoning this stuff that's going on. That's not what I'm trying to say here.
Oh, we know.
But what I am saying is that you know what you were walking into. You knew what you were about to participate in, or you knew what this could lead up to.
Just like that white lady that messed with two black men in a threesome, and one was a child.
I did a video on that.
Talking about some. Oh, I was victimized and la 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 with her skirt.
Look,
Look her
I'm sorry, Miss Professor. I'm sorry, Miss Professor. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
go
so
ahead
sorry,
and
Miss
say it.
Professor.
Yeah, I'm still, yeah.
I'm sorry, Miss Professor. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But you can go ahead and finish your statement. I'll wait till you finish.
Where did Mr. Burns go?
Oh,
are you kidding me? Where did I go? That was a knockout blow.
Yeah, because the thing is that how many of those stories turned out that these men really didn't? She didn't realize that he had cameras. Oh, they were keeping me hostage, boo-boo. You brought cupcakes, and they got you on camera actively participating.
She gave up her cupcakes.
Yeah, she gave up her cupcake. She gave them extras too, boo-boo.
She gave up her
with the frosting.
With the frosting, boo-boo. She gave me extra frosting, boo-boo.
She gave up her zero sugar cupcake. Didn't have no type of flavor to it. Didn't put no nutmeg or nothing in it.
No nutmeg.
Or flavor extract, whatever.
But
I'm just saying.
Mr. Burns is trying to say is, imagine if that dude was not recording that in her house. They would automatically say, because she's white, let's act like that ain't the reason, okay? With her round pie face. I looked at that woman like, y'all really risk y'all's life for that? She was, that ain't Giselle Bündchen. Why y'all go get this old hag for? And you ruined your.
I'm a victim.
I'm a victim until you find out them cameras was in that house. You took cupcakes and you willfully got your naked butt in that pool. Whoops,
because this the thing. This the thing with me. This the thing with me. I'm sorry for cutting y'all off. I'm so sorry. I actually did a video on this same exact thing. I really did. I did a video on this subject.
I remember it.
And I didn't let up. I
know. I bet you acted a straight fool. I saw it too, but I don't know if I want to click on this. He might.
Well, Miss Professor, if I may ask, what was your expression when you saw me talking about this?
I didn't open the video. I just knew you was gonna act up. I'm like, oh, let me let off the gas on this one.
Okay, because let me tell you, I didn't cut up, but at the same time, like when this subject's like this, I don't play when it comes to stuff like this. I was like literally, like this been happening for a very long time. They thought she think because she is the skin color, she gonna have all this privilege. You thought you was gonna get 2 chocolate bars and you were gonna be the vanilla white chocolate as you presume and thought you was gonna get off. I'm glad they had them cameras up in there. I'm glad them men had them cameras up in there to clear their innocence.
I got a theory though, and I ain't trying to be funny because I know this. I don't put any one race of people in any box. I think although she married in her own race, she fetishized black men for many years, and so
she just wanted a little taste.
Yep, and then after
she wanted some BBC,
it would have been easy to say it was the R word and put them in prison so that she can find a way to not ever get them to talk about it. Because deep down, she knows in some aspects she might have been either related to or associated with racist people, and she needed them all to believe it was our word when really she was just the undercover freak.
But I tell you this, I will say this as well. The joke was on her and the department at the end because them two men ended up suing the whole department and that heifer for lying.
How you bring cupcakes and walk through the door willfully? Didn't know them cameras was on you, did you, boo boo?
Them them damn cupcakes
Didn't
were
know.
damn stale.
I bet
Damn
they was nasty.
damn stale and no flavor at all. Probably left out all day and
And
night.
for the record, for anybody listening, look here. My husband is not black, right? But what I'm getting at is there's a difference between being with someone of a different race because you genuinely like that person and fetishization. And I have to even admit there's an element in our community of black men and black women who put other races on a pedestal and then stuff like this happens. I'm personally happy he taped it simply because just the color of their skin meant that they was about to get some lengthy prison sentences. And it goes back to what I said, people coming from our background getting success and then getting themselves put in situations that can strip it all away. It's that hood mentality. You have to work on removing hood mentality when you leave the hood. That's if those two were from the hood. I didn't look it up.
That's true. And I think I also said this. I said this, peoples that are, I don't mean no offense when I say this, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna cuss or nothing. But I said this. I say this all the time. Peoples that are not of our community, peoples that are not of our community, they want to use us as like a fetish. But when something happens in our community, where are these peoples? They claim that they down with us. They ain't nowhere to be found. They ain't nowhere to be seen. But they want to use us as a fetish to get off. But like,
And that's what, yeah.
I'm like, that ain't how I go. How you gonna claim that you rock with us, but when something happens in our community or something like that, where you at? I thought you rocking with us to done. What
And,
happened? Where
and that's
you
why
at?
we can't heal the hood because people in the hood will know this and let certain outsiders out. And while those people are stacking their money, they're letting your legacy rot while cockroaches eat your food, while your water is running yellow and brown, while you're fearing for your life and laying on the floor because bullets might come through your freaking wall. It's like,
Mhm.
and I'm not, and I don't dislike being black. I know somebody listening. No, I just don't like that the hood is the way it is when it doesn't have to be. When are we all gonna wake up and start having the conversation about investing in money, about business building, about supporting each other?
About
And
networking.
Yeah, that's what it is.
yes,
Yes,
it,
that.
and Mr. Burns, if I may say this, and Miss Professor, Mr. Burns, I know you watched a couple of my videos. I know you watched the one that I did today. But did you, if you like when you watched it, did you hear me say, I basically was trying to, defend the peoples of our community. Like I always try to stand up for the peoples in our community, and I feel like it's not even enough. 'Cause I feel like they're not gonna listen. Some of them ain't gonna listen. They probably just listen to me or hear me like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. He just need to hush. I'm like, okay, you don't have to listen, but it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass down the line. You gonna learn. You gonna learn.
I'm gonna tell you something about what you're saying right there. And I think it's absolutely important that people see the other side because we're constantly being shown in the most negative light. But the professor, I don't know which channel it is, but the professor puts on some movies from like the 20s and the 30s. And there was a comment that I made to the professor when I saw it. I was surprised to see that when our community displays our communities through the lens of a movie, these movies showed us like any other community. They didn't highlight the worst of us. They incorporated everything just like what every other community has. They have everything too. Instead of just showing us in a negative light that we only do this, we only do that. Nuh-uh. So in every opportunity we get that we can point out, like, well, the professor is reading a book on what's his name? The investor.
Eddie Brown.
Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown came from absolute poverty.
In the hood.
Killer Earl, poverty from our community.
Eddie Brown is one of the richest black men in the United States now, and grew up in absolute poverty in Apopka, Florida.
And he's not a thug.
Nope.
He's not a ex-con. He's not a felon.
Happily married to his wife Sylvia, who's also black. Some of the biggest philanthropic people argues against putting up your bootstraps with no boots. It's possible. Our people just have to see it. Now, my theory, the films you're talking about. Now, I hope I don't offend anyone on your channel. The civil
Go right ahead. I do a good job of that.
The civil rights movement screwed us up because we were supposed to go hold hands with all other races of people and be a melting pot. We shall overcome. We ain't overcome nothing but being broke.
Racism still here. We getting called all these names and stuff, still getting lynched and everything.
I'm gonna say something about that, about Mr. About the president Johnson.
Oh, him. Oh, oof.
I don't know who the hell that is.
The one that took over. He was Kennedy's vice president until Kennedy was assassinated.
Until Kennedy.
Lyndon
Baines Johnson.
His wife.
So Mr. Baines. Okay, so look, this is my I'm gonna dip my toe into some conspiracy theory right here. Okay, just a little bit. It might make sense, but I don't have the evidence. I don't have the receipts. Okay. And I apologize for that. I don't really like to do that, but
it's cool. We listen. We trust and believe you. You good?
This is what makes sense to me. Okay.
You see
now.
You good?
Let's remember Black Wall Street, right? Let's remember that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I want to go there. So, in that community in Oklahoma, who did they need besides themselves? Nobody. They had, as a matter of fact, when white soldiers came back from World War I, okay, they returned to a community that didn't have anything for them. And that was at the core of what triggered that whole thing. Okay? Because in their community, their economy wasn't working out well enough for these soldiers that came back from World War I.
One of y'all got a heated conversation in y'all's background. Oh, wait.
I think that's D. D, you got something going on back there?
Oh, I'm good. Everything good. Everything good back here.
Oh, okay.
You good. Everything good.
Oh no, because we hear. Okay, because we hear what's going on. We're wondering, hey, is he all right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, everything cool. They live.
Oh, okay. So here we go. They come back. Their community, the white community, they're not doing as well as the black community. The black community is doing very well. Brand new homes, brand new churches. I mean, businesses, they're thriving, everything. Wow. Okay, so they found an excuse, the old elevator, young black boy, whatever. Doors are closed, nobody sees nothing. She's screaming or saying whatever. Boom, he gets arrested. Everybody from the black community runs to the jail because they know how these people get down. and then everything jumped off. And it's crazy because the governor of Oklahoma even sent the guard and dropped bombs on these people, dropped bombs in their community, bombs. Okay, that band, the Gap Band. Okay, for those who don't know, the Gap Band, Gap is actually an acronym for Green, Archer, and Pine, the main streets in Black Wall Street. That's why they named that band the Gap Band. That's why they have that song, "You Dropped a Bomb on Me, Baby. You dropped a bomb on me."
Oh,
Okay.
by Charlie Wilson, right?
Okay, well then there you go. So let's get out of Black Wall Street now that it's been bombed and everything. Because I've mentioned in previous videos, we have communities that are thriving and it doesn't implode within. We get attacked from the outside. Okay, so check it out. So now, what makes these communities so powerful for us? It's the fact that the money is circulating within our community.
Yep.
Okay, so here we go. Johnson gives in, but I'm wondering who advised Johnson on this? Who told Johnson that this was a great idea? Because Johnson had to go up against all these racists in power, and there was a lot of it. And Johnson went against them and said, okay, let there be integration. Okay, but what does integration represent? Okay, members of our community are happy because now we can chill with these folks without getting our head busted open. We can go eat at the white establishments. We can get a house near them, but you already know we got redlining. They didn't do nothing about that. But at least we can believe it and we can go for it, right? This is excellent. Is it really? Because guess what? Our money ain't circulating within our community anymore. Not like it used to. Because too many of us want to appease these people. We want to impress upon these people that, hey, we're just like you. Here, we'll buy stuff from your community. We'll spend in your community. We're just like you. Yeah, okay. So on one end, the power is not circulating within the community anymore. And on the other side, guess what was granted? Guess what the new and improved thing for society is? Qualified immunity. So now you're thinking, oh, everything is cool. I can go through these communities and I'm cool. Till you get pulled over, till you get stopped, till you get your head bashed in. Hey, wait a minute. You can't do that to me now. Because everything changed. Lyndon B said everything's that we're integrated. Yeah, integrate this. Boom. And you're in jail. Now what? Oh, Mr. Police Officer, you're not supposed to do that. I'm taking you to court. Go ahead. Take me to court. What do they say in court? You got no case here, buddy. See ya. Bye. What? Qualified immunity. See ya. Prosecutorial misconduct. Where's the evidence that shows he was innocent? I don't know. Prosecutorial misconduct. Guess what? Qualified immunity. Oh well. Too bad for you. So on one hand, he made it so that you gave up all your power, and then on the other hand, you didn't have the strength to be able to defend yourself when you were done wrong. So I don't know. What do you think about that, Professor?
It ties into everything we've all been saying on this live. The one word that people in this country have a fear that Black people will eventually rise: economics.
Yep.
I know of videos because I don't have TikTok where people will play videos that are non-black. Let's just say it's white women because that's who's really doing it. Okay, I'll shop any business. Why does there have to be such thing as a black-owned business, a woman-owned business, a la 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 la? You're not taking into account that what happened with our community and dollars not circulating post civil rights movement. And you're still living in your strong delusion that we live in a post racial society when we really don't. Black
Look
people,
what happened to that truck driver that D presented. That he was, huh?
that
He was
man
he
didn't
was
do
he
that.
was lynched.
You know about that grant that the black women started for people
Yes.
of color.
Where are they? Are they from Georgia?
I forgot where they're from. What makes me mad is that the three women that sued because of the ideal of it. They never applied for the grant to get rejected. They Yeah, you have to watch Amazing Lucas. I don't agree with everything he says, but they only sued at the ideal that women might be excluded. These people, not all of them, because not all, no, you can't generalize
I'm
every
subscribed.
race. I don't.
Because
But there's a certain element
it's
of that.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a certain element of that race of people, not all, that would much rather see us all stay down economically because they're making their money off of us through the NBA, through track and field, through Hollywood. Think about when I wish DeAndre was here, brought up Whitney Houston. She drowns
Uh
in the
huh.
tub. She had one daughter, Bobby Christina. How did Bobby Christina go out being found dead in a tub? What happens when the only person who it was going to inherit that state is gone? Clive and all of them who are not black are still making money off of her and her daughter being 6 feet under. Let's connect these dots in the hood. It's economics. It's always been about that. This is why
Absolutely.
and no offense, because I believe in God. Lots of black pastors can come preach in the hood on Sunday and give you a fiery sermon and go right back to their predominantly white neighborhood Monday through Saturday, because some of them already know they were going to exploit their own to live well. It's economics. This is why
Yes, it is.
you get to talking about money and investing, and then money and investing is no longer tacky. Then the black people start to keep the money in the community like we used to, like Tulsa, and then that's the real threat. And when you try to tell our people that they're not getting it, the
That
real
is the
problem,
real threat.
economics, that is the real freaking threat. That's why they sued that grant, because heaven forbid any woman other than our race decides she's gonna be powerful. And don't get me wrong, again, I don't generalize no race or person, but it is all economics. And this, we can't talk about money, it's painful. No, talking about Tulsa, understandably so, the legacy is painful. But if we're gonna save these next few generations, we have got to start talking and acting on economics, or it's over. And at the end of the day, that's the huge problem, is our lack of literacy on economics.
That's a fact.
That's the hood's biggest problem, is legitimate economics. Once we get back to that, it's a wrap for these people that use us and steal our culture and then talk crap about us.
And don't forget music.
But that's what we were saying, because you weren't here. Yeah, I didn't add them, but Hollywood, the NBA, track and field, them folks get off on making money and making a few of us rich just to throw us breadcrumbs like we're stupid, but don't give us any financial literacy so that most of ours stay down. Then get the news and talk about some, look at them. Why can't they pull themselves up from their bootstraps? Look at them. They're not redeemable. And that's why we judge them, not realizing that their policies for centuries is what caused this problem.
Mi- Um, Mr. Burns, Miss Professor, please excuse me for what I'm about to say. This is related to the topic we talking about. Elvis Presley is one of those peoples that stole one of the most famous songs ever in the black community. Big Mama Thornton. She was the first one to come out with "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog." Then Elvis Presley came out with it. And that was Big Mama Thornton's song. And he came out with it and started saying, "You ain't nothing but," start shimmering and shaking. He ain't
Start
had
doing all that.
doing all that. He ain't have shit to shimmer and shake. Nothing but damn wind and pants. That's all he damn had.
You know what my dad told me? That no one is ever allowed to play any Eric Clapton records, anything, any recordings from that white guy, Eric Clapton. I don't know
Really?
much about
Oh,
because my dad has always believed that Eric Clapton benefited from Jimi Hendrix being found unalived in that hotel in London. That was his.
I don't know who that man is, but I know who Jimi Hendrix is.
But see, Jimmy was found dead under mysterious circumstances, and that white guy Eric Clapton's career took off when Jimmy. So my
Ooh.
dad, to this day, because he believes Jimmy was unalived, to make Eric Clapton a bigger artist, will not let Eric Clapton's music play in his car. It's not allowed to play on any of his premises because he believes that he stole from black artists and that Jimi Hendrix had to be unalived because he was too big of a threat.
I
Well,
had
here's
I
something
had
interesting about British musicians, and it's sad. British musicians in the 60s became very popular because of black music here.
Oh yeah,
They were imitating black artists, and they were able to capitalize it because here they refused in the 50s and 60s. They refused to play black music, and so the British artists, they did get to play on the radio and made money off of it.
didn't one of them admit that though? I can't remember his name, but one of them admitted it like decades later. Them folks,
I'm
them
trying to remember
folks, them folks been
who
eating off of the
said it out
crumbs.
loud.
Yeah, one of them said it out loud. Them folks have been eating off the crumbs of eating the whole cake and giving us crumbs for decades. It is economics, and I keep telling black people this. And y'all want to sit up here and be fighting about Beyonce didn't get nominated for a country music award. Beyonce don't give a dang about y'all. Y'all should be trying to imitate her wealth, not care about her getting validated.
Exactly.
Yeah, imitate her wealth.
Exactly.
Cause Beyonce good. She ain't worried about no damn award.
That's
Shit.
what that's what DeAndre just said. That woman was good years before she put that album out. Why are y'all Negroes saying that she is a role model for you, but you are not trying to find your own creative way to imitate her wealth? I've
Like,
yeah.
forgive me for my words, for my curse words. I'm sorry, y'all. But forgive me for my words, because y'all are children of the Lord. I'm sorry. But forgive me. But Beyonce was good when she was in Damn It, Damn Destiny's Child. She ain't worried about no damn country music
Of course not.
award like the other people's is.
Ain't worry about none of that.
But how do we say as a community, which I don't care for Beyonce, but what I'm saying is, how can you say, do you remember during the pandemic, people were taking out loans to go to Beyonce's concerts and stuff like that?
I ain't gonna pay no that. Listen, much as I listen to Beyonce music, I ain't paying no damn $1,000, $2,000 damn dollars just to go see Beyonce. If I want to see Beyonce, I can go on YouTube and watch it for free. Like, come on now.
People were taking out loans for that, and it was just blowing my mind. I'm like,
It,
you do know you gotta eat, right? I mean,
it, And you know what I said, Miss Professor, since you bring it up, you know what I said, since you bring it up, you know what I asked? I said to myself, I said, I said, shit, people's taking out these damn loans just to see damn it, Beyonce shit. If they go damn hungry, Beyonce ain't gonna get them damn people no damn money to get them a damn Mac chicken, a damn Big Mac, a damn food packs of meat shit. Beyonce ain't worried about shit. She got her damn money. She fixed. She sad.
And that's the
So
point.
then that fits into what I said in my last video when I was talking about oil and a few other things. Don't fall in love with a company, a brand, or a personality. They're all set. They're all set.
Just cause people making them richer,
Exactly.
And
how about making yourself rich instead of making them richer?
They
Yeah.
making them richer, but it's like they getting more money, like they said, like they don't need no more.
But people keep volunteering it. They keep volunteering it.
If them folks lose their house tomorrow because they didn't pay their rent to go to this concert, Beyonce
Go
ain't
call
gonna
Beyonce.
bail them out. Yeah, where
Go call
she at?
Beyonce.
Go call her. Just like
Go-
that white girl, y'all know about that white girl that went viral because she went to that South American country of Guyana, right?
Who that was?
She was a white girl from South Africa, and she went live in a predominantly black and Indian country because the country was primarily everything but white, right? And she went over there talking about some, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm literally the prettiest woman in this country right now.
That idiot.
No. Let me finish. In the second video, she claps back talking about how wonderful the country was. She talked about Jonestown and the American that hurt people and how she went. And then she dropped a bomb talking about the oil money in this country. Oh my God. Talking about some colonialist stuff. She made that country so mad that the powers that be in that country deported her back to South Africa.
Oh,
They came for her. The internet eviscerated. How you gonna get your happy, fake looking butt in these people's country? Gonna tell them that you're better looking than the women in their country? What's wrong with you? Then I remind myself, apartheid ended less than 40 years ago in South Africa. My bad.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah, go look it up. That white girl, I'm literally the prettiest. And these black men from the Caribbean, they were eviscerating her, but it was beautiful. I don't know how that was all over YouTube. People was playing like her TikTok or something. And she's like, I'm literally the prettiest woman around, or something like. Are you kidding me? Do you got a mirror in your house? Your lips could swallow my face. You are not attractive. You're not what you think you are, man.
They're probably looking like one of them damn Kardashians.
That's how she looked, only she was skinnier.
One thing I will say, listen, I ain't trying to badmouth nobody, but I did a video today on part 2 today on DDTS. I have not edited, I have not posted it yet, but I'm gonna post it tomorrow. I went in. One of my friends sent me this video about Laura Loom, how she was.
Oh Lord, Laura Loomer.
Oh, here y'all go with that. Oof.
On the podcast, she was like talking about Kamala, marking her and stuff, talking about the Shaniquas and stuff, saying that they sound ignorant and all.
That when she gets into the White House is gonna smell like curry. Oh
yeah. Like, first of all,
wow.
Why Trump saying y'all need to protect y'all pets, need to protect y'all. First of all, these people, they doing this trend, putting their damn cats and dogs in these damn pots and pans, like damn shit. Like what's wrong with y'all? at least get some Clorox or burn it or something after you do that. Like, and this the thing. This the thing. I'm not into politics, but I said this on my video. I said this on my video that I have not edited, but I'm gonna post it tomorrow. I'm gonna say it on here. I'm gonna say it here, but I might get clocked, but I don't care. I only live once. I said these people's really just treating Trump like he God, like he the Power Ranger, like he owned the whole damn
Like either
world.
what? Did you say Power Ranger?
Yes, sir. It's like he the damn Power Ranger. You got people's pissing and shitting on them damn cell because he went to damn jail because he had damn 34 counts. Like, is y'all damn serious? Is y'all serious? Y'all really crying over this damn man, and he don't give a damn about y'all. Y'all still want to feed this man money. He ain't gonna give y'all shit. Why they trying to vote?
None of them care. This is what I'm saying. This goes back to economics. Both sides believe, and I agree with you on that peeing. So when I found them people's wearing diapers, I was done. I'm like, I ain't got time for this. I'm like, you a grown man and you ain't got no incontinent problems, and you slip here talking about grown men wear diapers. No, they don't. Not unless they boo-boo themselves on accident, not on purpose. Boo-boo.
Like if they old and can't make it to the bathroom and can't move, that's in a nursing home, that's different. But if you can move good and walk good, you don't need no diaper. You can easily go to the bathroom.
But what does both these candidates have in common where the Black community is concerned? See, I see it, but no one sees it.
Okay, look, I'm gonna break it down this way.
Good.
I've spoken about politics before. My father was a politician, but check this out. This is the bottom line, and it don't matter if you ain't making, if you're not a millionaire, okay. This is the bottom line. Them folks ain't there for any of us.
Right? Good. You just answered it. I'm gonna let you go with it because I got a historical figure with mine, and it'll make more sense when I explain.
Okay. They're not there for us.
Don't none of them really care.
Barack Obama. Oh my God, our community was like, oh my God, this is it. We're about to get freed. This is our Moses.
They hated when he got in the damn White House.
Oh yeah, you're going exactly where I wanted to go, and I need to make a video. I already got one out for the new.
I'm sorry, Mr. Professor. I didn't mean to steal your word.
No,
he is not our Moses. He is not our Moses. Okay? He is not our Moses.
But that's what Black people are doing. You went right to where I was about to go.
They have a false expectation.
Yes.
Okay? It's a false expectation. You can't get in unless you down with it. You ain't getting in. This is a group, and this group is controlled by the elite. Okay?
And there's only a handful of people at the table for real.
Exactly. These are the people. Listen, politics, you need money to campaign. A presidential campaign costs around $2 billion.
At least.
I ain't got that money.
If I did, I sure wouldn't be caring about no politics. I'd be living in Tahiti.
I'd be trying to get me a house.
And there are laws. And there are laws associated to how much an individual can donate. And then the court came and opened it up for these super PACs. So the super PACs are getting replenished with big money. Now, you're a politician. You want that spot? You're going to have to fight for that spot, but I'm going to help you. I'm going to be in your corner, providing you with the funds necessary for you to fight. But that ain't free. That ain't free. Listen, I got businesses in 3 sectors of this economy. I'm not just putting up money for you. I'm putting up money for a bunch of other politicians that when you guys decide to pass a bill or not, don't forget where that money came from. Don't forget where that money came from.
Yep.
When you get in, you say whatever the hell you want. I don't care what you say to the constituents. I don't care. You're pro this, against that. I don't care. Get in. And once you're in, you can blow all the smoke you want up everybody's ass. I don't give a damn. But when it's time to vote, you vote to make sure that I make my money. You understand me? Whatever you want to tell the American people, I don't care. If you want to say that you're pro this, pro that, if you want to wear a dashiki, I don't give a damn. But don't you forget where this money is coming from. And when you vote, it better help me. It better help me. And the average person is thinking, wow, I believe everything this man is saying. But you know what? It's very interesting because I'm always talking about communications. Because when someone like Barack speaks, it's nuanced. You got to read between the lines. They know, because they have professionals in communications, they know how people respond to certain phrases, certain words. They know what they conjure up in their mind when you say certain things. Chances are they're not saying what you think that they're saying. And that's what they're betting on. You hear one thing, they're saying something else. But they're not going to try to correct you. They're not going to come and say, you know what, D? I said something the other day and you interpreted a certain way. That's the wrong interpretation. They're not going to tell you that. If the interpretation you got is beneficial to them, they're going to let you keep interpreting however you want. It's all good. Oh, you heard that I was going to give people who make less than $30,000 a year a tax break of $10,000. You heard that? But that's not what I said. I said we're going to work on getting some kind of tax breaks for a certain segment of the pop. Oh, you interpreted with something else? Oh, wait. You think that? Okay, that's fine. Cool. But they're not there for us. They're there for the elites. They're the ones that putting out the real money for their campaign, not us. We donate $20 here, $15 there. That ain't nothing. Look at Elon pledging, what is it? 52 million a month? Who's Trump going to listen to? Understand that that's a crazy combination right there, because Trump made it crystal clear he ain't down with that Green Deal stuff. He ain't down with that. But he ain't going to reject Mr. Green Deal's money, right? Because Elon is all about that Green Deal stuff, right? The electric vehicles, getting subsidies from the government, from the Democrats. He's getting subsidized. Subsidies, you know what that is? That's welfare. But when you're giving it to a corporation, oh, wait a minute, change the word. Change the word. We can't use that word welfare when it's a corporation. It's welfare. So that's a weird combination. Mr. Green is going to Mr. Anti-Green and pumping out cash. We can get into why he's doing that. I suspect that he's trying to get out of some legal issues he's got going on. But whatever. Go ahead, Professor.
Okay. Years ago, when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, there was a guy that said something that stuck with me. And this is why I'm no longer political based on what he said. I forgot he was an older black guy. So I'll paraphrase what he said. The Republicans are like the Bloods, and the Democrats are like the Crips, and we're all getting shot up in the drive-by. One of the more
Yeah.
powerful, let me tell you something. When I brought up Moses, black people are still stuck on this 40 acres and a mule because of Harriet Tubman. Because in real life in upstate New York, she did have an extensive estate with apple plant. I ain't gonna say plantation, I hate that word, apple estate, okay? She was going broke before she died, so a church stepped in and helped finance it. The point about it is the difference between then and now is that depending on who you talk to, either Kamala is your Moses or Donald Trump is your Moses. This mess that we're in with the trucking industry, with the financial sector, with food prices going up, I don't care what either one of them tells you. Moses ain't gonna come and split that Red Sea and let you walk through it. This is not me downing the United States as a whole. What I'm saying right now is I'm talking about the cult of putting people on a God-like, Moses-like pedestal. Even when that person is showing small signs. I'm with DeAndre. If you a grown man wearing a diaper and you ain't old, I don't have no use for you. And then with Kamala, what did she do that made me mad? We gonna give y'all all these bills and helping black people, sweetheart. You were the vice president. You could have put something in Biden's ear to pass that anti-lynch law. Why didn't you do it? But you expect us to believe that if we give you another 4 years in that arena, you're gonna do it. Why didn't you encourage that when you were the vice president? Both sides, and this is why I'm glad I'm not political, put these people up. That's why I didn't watch the debate as Moses-like figures. Guess what's gonna happen January 20th of next year when there's an inauguration? Starting January 21st, nothing will change for the rest of us. No. Because whichever Moses you've chosen would have already won, and you're going to find out that they're not really Moses. You are the president. You are not Congress. You are just a figurehead who works with Congress. This is basic stuff. Civics y'all should have learned in school. The judicial, the executive, and the legislative. Do y'all not know how this stuff works? It's all economics. Lobbyists, it's all economics. You're not going to get around this money talk. There is no Moses. And y'all are making these people, oh, this person going to save our jobs. This person's going to bring down the food prices because they talking all this stuff to this industry. I said, that's all words. If I'm looking you in the face and I know I ain't got to see you again and I'm a politician, I would tell you I'm going to eat shit too. Just like you. And then go right back to my mansion and actually have me a Wagyu steak. It's economics. We have to keep money in the Black community. It is the only way. And that's not saying that we can't go shop other communities and can't like other things. No matter how much we've talked in this conversation, it's all circled to economics. The hood cannot heal unless they fix economics. And quit waiting for a Moses to come save you. And when Harriet Tubman did go to some of them plantations, them Negroes still wanted to stay. So what does that tell you? It's economics.
What it is.
My new position is, if you want help, I'll help you and we can network together. But for the people who don't, I'm gonna go on and pray for you and keep it moving.
That is crucial what you just said. That's crucial. Listen, what is help? What is help? Because some people's idea of help is not help.
It sure is.
Some people's idea of help is actually enabling.
That right there.
You want help? I'll teach you how to fish. I don't have a problem teaching you how to fish.
But you ain't taking the fish I fish for out my freezer.
Hell no. And I'm not going to go out there and keep fishing for you. Maybe the first time because you ain't got no equipment. But you're going to learn how to make some equipment. And you're going to learn how to go out there and fish yourself. When somebody asks that of you, this pseudo help, they're occupying your precious time. They're stopping you from evolving. They're stopping you from progressing.
And
no, I'll teach you how to fish. I'll teach you how to fish. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm not going to fish for you. Get up. Get up. Put that controller down. Stop playing. Get out there. Make some money. You see, and as funny as that might sound, that's how communism actually works when it works.
Yep.
In communism, everybody contributes. Everybody. It's just that the resources are divided amongst everybody. That's not how capitalism is. But communism doesn't work in too large of it. There's a point where it stops working. It can only work among small communities. That's it. Outside of that, you got Mayman full in effect, putting ideas in people's heads. But no. And you're not going to try to make me feel guilty.
Oh, I'm over
Look
that too.
how far ahead you are, like they did to you and when you went back home. Look how far ahead you are. That's messed up. We can't eat like you eat. Well, guess what? I'm not stopping you. This is one of the things that I do like about this nation is that all the tools that wealthy people have available to them to acquire wealth, maintain their wealth, it's all available to us. All of it. You want to incorporate? You can incorporate whenever you want. You want to start a business? You can start a business whenever you want. You want to invest? You got access now to the stock market that you never had before. So there's really no excuse. There's really no excuse.
No excuse. I know the one that used to get me, you say this once and I'm going to walk away from you. I don't want to go get a job because I don't want to go make the white man's money. In a time when on the World Wide Web, you can start a store, don't even have to go brick and mortar. You can start a clothing line like some of these young Black kids do on YouTube. And I'm trying to look for the one now that's got stuff selling out. Soon as you tell me that in this time when there's more opportunity, I can't even fool with you. Because
I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
If you're saying that, if a person's saying that, they had an idea planted in their head to make them fail. Because I'm going to tell you what, and I'm sure you should already know this already because you got your candle business, okay? You've got to get your raw materials Does it matter who's on the other end that's providing you with the raw materials that you need and want? Does it matter what they look like?
No.
That's
Race don't
business.
matter. That's just business. Yeah, I've bought from some black people that gave me the best value. But if they're white, if they're Asian, if they're American Indian, I don't care.
That's business. And that's how business is conducted throughout the world. There are countries that are in conflict with one another that still do business with one another.
Because you have to suspend your emotions. And that's the thing about us black Americans. We got to learn to suspend our emotions when it comes to money making, business, and economics. I've done that years ago, and that's the biggest hurdle that gets you. You got to get past that hump if you want success.
The Germans are our allies. Who have they been getting oil from for the longest? From the Russians, our enemies. Do we cut off relations with Germany because of that?
No.
So I ain't gonna go work for the white man and make him okay, whatever.
Well, you can work for yourself if that's the case, and then have a black-owned business. You can't make this stuff up.
They can go to Master if they want to. I ain't going no damn way. I ain't picking no damn cotton or nothing.
But you can still start a business on your own. Do you see what I'm saying? What we're saying, DeAndre, that excuse, I don't want the white man's money, don't work anymore because there are enough black networks in this country that you don't have to opportunity. Yes. That's what I just don't want to be friends with you when you say stupid stuff like that. Because the opposite is true in real life. That means you're living in your own perpetual scary cage. Some of it is fear.
Because they like people's in our community always they said this a lot back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. When when there was an opportunity for them, they'll be like, somebody tell them, go do this, go do that. It's an opportunity for you. I don't want the white man's money. I'm like, if you don't go get that opportunity, if you don't want that money, then what money you gonna get? What other opportunity you gonna get?
Let's turn the tables. What about when we decide to establish a business in a community where the whites can have access? Are you going to reject them? Are you going to turn them away? Well, I don't want your money because you're white.
Not me. Money, shoot. I ain't got nothing against nobody. No, anybody got time for that.
Me either. But this the thing, though. This the thing. Hold on. Let me flip this up. Let me look in the camera when I say this. Don't nothing scare anybody that's not a person of the black community. The only thing that scare a person that's not a person of the black community is to see a black man or woman got power, that's doing better, that's doing big. That terrifies the white man. I'm for real. I'm just being honest. That terrifies them because they want it for years. They didn't want us to read. They want us to write. They want us to do nothing. They want to play us as dumb. But hey, we are the most smartest, half of us, if we use our brain. But we got the smartness. We got the intelligence. But a lot of us in our community, they don't want to use it.
That's the thing. The issue I have with the statement, okay, because let me reframe, is that if you are a parent because you don't want to do nothing most of the time,
your child is suffering behind it.
Yep, and one or two things that gonna happen. They're gonna go be successful, resent you, and not contact you, or have very little contact, or they're just gonna be just as sorry as you because that's what they grew up with, and that's all they know. It's a lose-lose situation because to be successful, then you got to give up your family, and to not be successful, you got to sit there and be sorry like them. It makes no sense.
Like honestly, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I agree with you. And I wanted to add something on to that. Like for real, like the child don't have to suffer because the other parent choose to suffer. Like if a parent is a parent, they'll go out there and sacrifice no matter what it is to make sure their child good. Food on the table, clothes on their backs, this and that third. Shouldn't be out here complaining saying, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, you had plenty of opportunity. That's on you when you didn't want to take it. Don't cry now. Because when you had opportunity, you could have took it, but didn't want to take it. Because ain't nobody gonna hold your hand all the time.
And that's the problem. A lot of people in the hood want their hand held. That's what Moses is. Kamala gonna hold our hand. She gonna give us our anti-lynch bill. We're gonna be on top. She went to Howard. This is a Alpha Kappa Alpha. And then Donald Trump. Oh, he's the great white hope. He's gonna restore America and make it great again. I'm like, I don't care how much you think this is gonna be great. Them prices ain't going down no time soon. That gas
It's still gonna be high, gonna get higher and higher.
And while both of them are still making money, Trump is the richest. Them folk really don't care. Look at Mar-a-Lago. Have y'all seen them photos of Mar-a-Lago?
I don't think I have. I might have.
Whether you like Trump or not, that is a sexy estate. I don't care what no one says. Mar-a-Lago is sexy. But the point is, because he gets to live like that, he's been the president. She's been vice president. What do they both have in common? Secret Service gonna follow them for the rest of their lives because they've held those positions. You out here wearing diapers and shitting yourself because you got to prove that Trump is something to you. Guess what? You still gonna be in a shitty diaper with no protection, right?
I'm telling you, when that ass start burning and they ass be raw and stick to them, they gonna learn. I'm telling you. I'm just going to say this. I'm just gonna go on to say this. That chipmunk man that be kissing Trump ass. That black man, the man that look like a chipmunk.
Well, there's a lot of
Florida, Tim Scott.
That's him, the one that married the woman that look like she put raisins in her potato salad. But on that note, he a kiss ass.
In a big way.
In a big way.
I don't
like people like that.
I keep telling people Candace Owens and darn Reverend let me Roland Martin, we'll use him, are two sides of the same coin. Them folk get paid to keep you emotional, and when this election's over, they just get ready for the next one. There is no Moses. Ain't nobody coming to save y'all Negroes.
She has something to say about
she got a lot to say about
the debate.
Well, she's stupid. She got a lot to say. Bar, she's stupid. We all know.
I got two questions for you guys.
Okay, I'm ready.
Come on with it.
Okay. Now, do you guys have any kind of dirty laundry that you would much prefer not to release that to the world?
Hell yeah, I know I do. I ain't gonna lie.
I sure do.
It's plenty of stuff I ain't told y'all. I ain't telling you everything.
I ain't telling you everything now, because some things ain't meant to be told. Some things is meant to be carried to the grave.
Sure is.
Okay.
Me and God, boo-boo.
Okay. When you run for political position, you have to know. And if you don't know, you ain't from planet Earth. You got to know that your opposition is going to dig up every little piece of dirt they can find on you. Yes or no?
Yes, because Kamala, she used to go out with Montel Williams. Not that that's important, but
that's
in other words, yes, they will. They're going to do the homework. They're going to get the dirt on you because they're going to use that dirt. Knowing that, Why the hell would you run for office knowing that your dirt is going to get put out there? There has to be some huge incentive.
Yep,
Huge.
huge incentive. Even
Uh-huh.
if it ain't direct money, I keep telling people will sell you up a river and let all their business come out, go smile, act like it didn't happen for a huge incentive. You thinking the same way I do. There is no Moses, y'all dummies. Wake up. It's not the Twilight Zone. And think about what I'm saying. Kamala is of Indian descent, right? Trump responds by picking a white candidate with a wife who's of Indian descent. Of all the Asian groups, who's the fastest growing money wise in the
Indians.
Go look it up. The stats will tell you. Trump knew what he was doing when he picked J.D. Vance, and the Democrats knew what they were doing when they told Biden to step. Although Biden needed to step back, I don't think his dementia fake. I think he really is losing his mind. Okay.
I think
Yeah, I
he
think
got
so.
he got a touch of all times.
What is the financial incentive behind uplifting the Indian community?
No, uplifting them.
Yep, even when you
Uplifting
see
them.
in the news, because the Canada is rejecting visas from people from India now in large numbers. And yet in the United States, they're playing prevalent role. Why is that? And if you're Indian and you ever listen to this, I have nothing against y'all. I just think that your political power within a lot of your ranks is such that it's being dominant right now.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down.
To do with economics. Yeah, I'm ready.
It is economics, and I'm gonna tell you what it is.
What? I want to know.
The Indians that are coming here, they're not just any Indians. These are Indians with degrees.
That too.
So they come here and they get hired and get paid less than what a person with the same degree that got their degree here. They're coming over here. They don't have that student loan burden that someone who went to school here has. So you can offer them less money. And even if you offer them less money, it's still a lot of money to them because they would never have made any of that kind of money back home. So you're paying someone without having to invest anything to get them to where they are. You're getting a product that's already made.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you why a politician would want to run for, or anybody would want to run for office, allow all their nasty details to come out in public for a spot in the government. Okay? I'm talking the House of Representatives, Senate, President, Vice President, at that level, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, she's stupid. Oh my God. Oh, I tried to like her, but she's stupid. But keep going.
She's stupid, but she's doing what a lot of other politicians are doing. She's taking advantage of the fact that she is a politician. And it's the same thing that Pelosi does, that Democratic politicians do, that Republican politicians do. They're all doing it, with the exception of a few, but most of them are doing it. They're doing something that they don't have to go to jail for, that you and I, if we do that, we're going straight to jail. We might get a sentence of 20 years in the federal pen, and not in a campground either. Okay? There have been billionaires that have been sentenced to long sentences for doing this very thing that politicians get away with all the time. And the politicians are making a fortune because of this. Marjorie Taylor Greene is getting paid. Why? Insider trading.
Yep.
Insider trading. Remember, these politicians are the ones that make the regulations, the one that makes the laws, the ones that do all that associated with things that impact businesses. So once a law gets passed or a regulation gets put into effect, they know what companies are going to get affected by this and how. So now guess what I do as a politician? I know exactly where to invest
Yep.
and make tons of money. You do that, I do that, D does that. All three of us will be bumping into each other in a federal penitentiary.
Nope, I ain't doing nothing.
The United States is a corporation first and a country second. And if you're going to make money here, you better be ready to play that game. Even if you're on the very low end like us, it is a corporation first and a country second.
I'm gonna
There's
say
no-
I see dead people and that crazy.
I see people who are stupid enough to still believe a Moses is going to come save them. You better start making financial moves and save yourself and your
Well,
own
stay right
head.
where you are. If you're waiting on a
stay
Moses, yeah, stay right where you are.
Or stay where you are and be broke and get evicted and have no food in your house.
I'm gonna say this one. I'm gonna say this one last statement that I heard about on TikTok. Then I'm gonna heat my food up because I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up.
But I'm gonna say this last statement if I may. I'm not gonna take too long. But I saw this video that somebody was talking about on TikTok. They said for the peoples that been trying to beat the system about the government, like about housing, Section 8 and food stamp, this and that, the third, like if it's not real or something, it's something, I don't know what it was, but some people were talking about it, like whoever get government assistance, and they know they've been trying to beat the system. They saying that they probably gonna get caught doing it, like they gonna lose everything, like if you on Section 8 or any type of government assistance, you gonna lose all that, even if you. I don't know. It was something like that. I might have it wrong. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's what I saw on. Somebody was talking about that on TikTok. I don't know was they referring to Project 25 or what, but
The way
even
we're
if,
going, go ahead.
ma'am,
No, go ahead and finish because I shouldn't have cut you off.
yes, ma'am. I don't want to get it wrong, but that's what I saw on TikTok. I don't know. Somebody was saying on TikTok, like if you've been putting stuff like in kids' names about government assistance and this and that, like EBT and
I'm sorry to interrupt. What's that word you're supposed to say when there's music in the background so that you don't get in trouble?
Copyright strike.
Copyright.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry about that. I didn't.
No,
See,
that's
that's not me. I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. Just in
Yeah,
case, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, they can copyright strike. That's why I was asking about that noise.
Yeah, but I guess you're supposed to say that, and they're supposed to.
Yeah. So we know it ain't your fault. What you were saying about that is it's been written in little small spurts for years that they're trying to significantly cut back on what we call welfare.
Oh.
So people
Okay.
who keep living off of that generationally better start learning how to work jobs. And then the easy sector jobs like fast food are slowly starting to go away because of AI.
Oh,
It's gonna be a whole lot of broke, busted, and unfortunately hurt people in this country in the next 10 years. Because
However,
yeah,
if you want to keep getting welfare, just start a corporation and get subsidized for your corporation. Corporate welfare. They call it subsidies. That's a big portion of Elon Musk's wealth.
oh, okay. See,
what
I didn't know. I
I
didn't
didn't
know
know
that.
that. See, I didn't know that either.
I just want to give that statement because I didn't know if it was true or not. I just want to add that in. I didn't know if y'all knew or not, but I just want to add it in.
Oh, I knew about it. I've seen it in articles for the last couple of years. What we know is welfare is going away. Not completely, but it's going to be harder to get welfare. Bill Clinton told people this in the 1990s, and now we all want to act like we don't realize that this ain't going to happen. If you're poor in this country right now and you're not trying to make an effort to move up, it's going to hurt you.
Cause some of these words that these presidents and politicians were saying back in the 90s, it's basically coming back in effect.
Yes. It's all about economics. And they keep you distracted with stupid stuff like, oh, Shannon Sharp got caught doing the horizontal
Nasty.
poker. He got caught doing the absolute nasty off camera with his
This was his response. I threw my phone on the bed. I don't know how Instagram Live works. I never even heard of it.
You ain't never heard of it. Okay, and I'm Santa Claus. What's wrong with you, fool?
I know what IG Live is. I've been knowing this since I was 18.
I know what IG Live is, and I ain't never had no Instagram. What's wrong? You have to be self-aware when you get to that economic level.
Exactly.
You can't lack that type of self-awareness. Where was your publicist at, boo-boo, after this happened?
He said his team was working on it. But guess what, though? Somebody else that was working at ESPN, they got fired. But did nothing happen to Shannon Sharpie.
But this whole conversation has been great because everything links back to that one word tonight. We actually stayed on topic, even though it don't seem like it. Economic. The hood ain't gonna heal until the economics get right. Of course, we steal from our own and put our own down because we don't have that financial literacy.
Exactly. And I always say, peoples in our black community wants to come together when somebody dead and gone.
That's what makes me mad.
That's when they want to come together. Like, don't come together now. Come together when we not in this type of situation. Don't wait till the person close their eyes or something happen to them and want to come together and cry, me like you care, this and that third. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
do it. It's stupid. It's getting annoying, y'all jumping on some person who was unalive bandwagon. That don't change the fact that you a sorry Negro that don't want to work. For those of you who know you that.
You know what I was always told? I was always told, don't give me my flowers when I'm dead. Give it to me now while I'm here on this earth. Because while I'm dead, I ain't gonna be able to see them flowers.
Sure.
That means while I'm on this earth, come visit me. If you want to come visit me, come see me then. Don't wait till I'm dead and gone. Gonna be crying and falling over the casket and stuff at my damn funeral like you damn cared. Because if you do that, I'm gonna come out the casket and I'm gonna hunt you. My spirit gonna get you.
Well, folks, I think this is a good place to end it.
Yep.
I didn't mean to scare y'all.
No. That was a good ending because I don't have much else to say. I said all I had to say.
Me too.
I want to end it with this. Don't fall in love with a company. Don't fall in love with a brand. Don't fall in love with a personality. And it's right. The professor's right. It's all about economics. So get your shit together. Okay?
Right.
All right, y'all. This is it.
All right. Good night, y'all. It's good to see y'all again.
Good night. Y'all have a good night.
Everyone.
Yep.
Where am I at? All right.
Have a
good night, everyone. Here.